I've made my last single crochet in the pineapple that's closing up now. So I want to finish the row the same way I started. So I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to work a shell in the end of this row, in the last stitch. So here I have 1, 2, 3 double crochet. The third is the chain 3 that we started the previous row. So in that first chain, I'm going to work a shell. So 1, 2 double crochet, chain 1, and 2 double crochet in the same stitch. Now we're going to start row 16, in which we're going to start by chaining 3, 1, 2, 3, which counts as a double crochet. And in the chain 1 space, I'm going to go ahead and work a shell again. So 2 double crochet, chain 1, and 2 double crochet. Chain 1 and 2 double crochet. 2. Okay? So now I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and put your hook in the first chain 3 space and single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and single crochet in your last chain 3 space. So in this row we're left with 1, 2, 3 chain 3 spaces. So all your pineapples that are closing up are going to have a total of 3 chain 3 spaces. So chain 3 to leave this pineapple and to go on to the next one that has started to form. So in the first chain 1 space I am going to work a shell. So 2 double crochet, chain 1, and 2 double crochet. 1, 2, chain 1, and in the next chain 1 space again we're going to work a shell. So 1, 2, chain 1, and 2 more double crochet in the same chain 1 space. Okay, oops. So this is how the new pineapple that has started to form up, how it looks like. So now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and go ahead into the first chain 3 space and work a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, single crochet. 1, 2, 3. And single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and single crochet in your last chain 3 space. So again we have 1, 2, 3 chain 3 spaces. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and right here in this pineapple that has started to form, in the first chain 1 space again we're going to work a shell. So 2 double crochet, chain 1, and 2 double crochet. Chain 1 and go into the next chain 1 space and again work 2 double crochet, chain 1, and 2 double crochet. 1, 2. So this is how all the pineapples that are closing up, how they look like, and all the pineapples that have started to form, this is how they will look. So before I finish the row, I'm going to turn my video back on and see how to complete row 16 and how to start row 17. I'm almost done row 16, so I've worked my last single crochet in the last chain 3 space. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, work a shell in the chain 1 space. So 1, 2 double crochet, chain 1, and 2 double crochet in the same chain 1 space. Oops. And as we did, in the beginning of the row, I started by chaining 3 and then I made the shell in the chain 1 space. So I work my shell in the chain 1 space, and I'm going to finish my row by working a double crochet in the last stitch for this row. The last stitch is the chain 3 that I did in the beginning of the previous row. So in the first out of those 3 chains, work a double crochet. Now we're going to start row 17 by chaining 3, 1, 2, 3, and those 3 chains count as a double crochet, and work 2 more double crochet in the same stitch, in this very first stitch. So this is the same thing as having 3 double crochet in the first stitch, because the chain 3 counts as a double crochet, and 2 more we have 3 double crochet. Now in the shell, in the chain 1 space, again we're going to work a shell. So 1, 2 double crochet, chain 1, and 2 double crochet. Now we're going to leave here by chaining 3, 1, 2, 3, and go into the first chain 3 space and work a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and single crochet in the last chain 3 space. So all the pineapples that are closing up are going to have a set of 2 chain 3 spaces. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and in the pineapple that we have started to form, in every chain 1 space we have 1, 2, 3 chain 1 spaces. In every chain 1 space we're going to work a shell. So in the first chain 1 space, 1, 2 double crochet, chain 1, and 2 double crochet. In the next chain 1 space, again 1, 2 double crochet, chain 1, and 2 double crochet. And in the last chain 1 space, again we're going to work 2 double crochet, chain 1, and 2 double crochet. So this is how your work is going to look like. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and jump over to the pineapple that we're closing up. So single crochet in the first chain 1 space, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet in the last chain 3 space. So again we're left with 1, 2 chain 3 spaces. So chain 3, and again now in the shell that has started to form, in every chain 1 space we're going to work a shell. So starting from the first chain 1 space, 1, 2 chain 1, and 2 more double crochet. In the next chain 1 space, again 2 double crochet, chain 1, and 2 double crochet. And in the last chain 1 space, again 2 double crochet, chain 1, and 2 double crochet. So this is how all your pineapples that have started to form will look like, and this is how all your pineapples that are closing up, how they're going to look like. So right before I finish row 17, I'm going to turn the video and show how to start row 18, which is the last row of repetitions, and then from row 19 and on, I'm going to show that it's the same thing as starting all over from row 1, sorry. I've worked my last single crochet in the last chain 3 space, and now I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to go ahead in the chain 1 space in the shell, and I'm going to work a shell again. So 1, 2, chain 1, and 2 more double crochet in the same chain 1 space. And I'm going to complete the row the same way I started. So I started with 3 double crochet in the first stitch. So I'm going to finish by working 3 double crochet in the last stitch. So my last stitch is this chain 3. So in the first out of those 3 chains, work 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to start row 18, and I'm going to work 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and turn your work. Work 2 more double crochet in the same stitch, 1, 2. So again, it's the same thing as having 3 double crochet in the first stitch of the row. Now chain 2, be very careful, chain 2, and work a shell in the chain 1 space. So on top of the shell, again, we're going to work a shell. So 1, 2, chain 1, and 2 more double crochet in the same chain 1 space. So this is how the beginning of your row has to look like. Okay, so now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and work a single crochet in your first chain 3 space, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet in your second chain 3 space. So now in this row we're only left with 1 chain 3 space. So all our pineapples that are closing up have to have 1 chain 3 space. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and now we're going to work on top of the pineapple that has started to form. So what we're going to do is we're going to work a shell, chain 2, shell in the next chain 1 space, chain 2, and shell in the next chain 1 space. So put your hook in the first chain 1 space, one, 2, chain 1, and 1, 2. Now we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, shell in the next chain 1 space, 1, 2, chain 1, and 1, 2. Now chain 2, 1, 2, and shell on top of the next shell in the chain 1 space. So 1, 2, chain 1, and 1, 2 double crochet. So in this row, the chain 2 spaces that I've worked between each shell, it's because when the pineapple has started to form, this is the shell that's going to be in the beginning of the pineapple. Then we're going to have the chain space in the center shell is where in later rows we're going to work the 9 double crochet, and then on top of it we're going to work the chain 3 and the single crochet, and this is the shell that's going to close up the pineapple. Same thing as down here. So we are at this spot now where we made the shell and the 2 double crochet and the shell and the 2 double crochet. Okay, so that's the distance that the pineapple, the shells are going to have with the chain 3 spaces in between. So now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet in your first chain 3 space, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet in your next chain 3 space. So again, we have only 1 chain 3 space left. 1, 2, 3, and now again here in the pineapple that's starting up, in the first shell, in the first chain 1 space, work a shell again. So 2 double crochet, chain 1, and 2 double crochet. Now chain 2, 1, 2, and on top of the next shell in the chain 1 space, work again a new shell. So 2 double crochet, chain 1, and 2 double crochet. Again, chain 2 after the shell, and work another shell in the chain 1 space, so on top of the next shell. So 2 double crochet, chain 1, and 2 double crochet. So this is how the rest of the row is going to be worked. So every starting up pineapple is going to be in the same spot, every closing up pineapple is going to be in the same spot. Before I finish row 17, I'm going to turn, before I finish row 18, I'm going to turn my video back on and see how to continue the next rows. I'm almost done with row 18, and I'm going to finish the same way I started. So I worked my last single crochet in the chain 3 space, and I've worked my chain 3. So on top of the shell in the chain 1 space, again I'm going to work a shell. So 2 double crochet, chain 1 and 2 double crochet in the same chain 1 space. I am going to chain 2, and I'm going to work the same thing as I did in the beginning of my row. So since I started with 3 double crochet and a chain 2, I'm going to end up with a chain 2 and 3 double crochet in my last stitch. My last stitch is the chain 3. So in that first chain, I'm going to work 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start row 19, and row 19 is the same thing as we did in row 1, but because in row 1 we had the double crochet, the chains and the single crochet down here, we're going to work row 19 together as well. So since I've started with 5 double crochet in the beginning of the row, in row 19 I'm going to start with 5 double crochet as well. So let's go ahead and chain 3, which counts as my first double crochet. 1, 2, 3. And work 4 more double crochet in the first stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and my chain 3 counts as my 5th double crochet. Now chain 2, 1, 2, and on top of the shell again I am going to work a shell. So 2 double crochet, chain 1 and 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. So this is how your work is going to look like in the beginning of the rows. This is going to be half of a pineapple. That's why instead of 9 double crochet we make 5 in the beginning. Okay, now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and put your hook in the chain 3 space and work a single crochet. And because we do not have any more chain 3 spaces, work chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and leave this pineapple and go ahead in the pineapple that's starting up right over here. So in the first chain 1 space we're going to work a shell. So on top of the shell we're working a new shell. 2 double crochet, chain 1 and 2 more double crochet. Again we're going to chain 2, 1, 2. In the center shell we're going to work 9 double crochet in the chain 1 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now chain 2, 1, 2, and in the next shell in the chain 1 space again work a new one. So 1, 2 double crochet, chain 1 and 2 double crochet in the same chain 1 space. So see right over here, the new pineapple is starting up. In the first shell we're working a shell, chain 2, in the center one we have the 9 double crochet, chain 2, and a shell in the third set, in the third shell that we worked in the previous row. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and in your first and only chain 3 space work a single crochet, And because there are no more chain 3 spaces, chain 3 and go ahead and work again in the beginning of your new pineapple. So on top of your first shell, work a new one. 1, 2, chain 1 and 2 double crochet, chain 2, 1, 2. In your center shell, in the chain 1 space, work your 9 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Chain 2 and work a new shell on top of the chain 1 space, on top of the other shell of the previous row. So 2 double crochet, chain 1 and 2 double crochet in the same chain 1 space. So as we did in this new pineapple that's starting up, we did the same exact thing in this one, so you're going to do the same thing in all the other ones that are starting up. And the pineapple that's closing up, we're chaining 3, single crochet, chain 3 and go right ahead and start your new pineapple. So go ahead and finish off camera, and when I finish I'm going to turn my video back on. I'm almost done with row 19, so I've worked my chain 3, the single crochet in the last chain 3 space right over here, and then chain 3 and go ahead and work a shell on top of the shell. So 1, 2, chain 1 and 2 double crochet, and I'm going to finish the same way I started. So I'm going to finish row 19 by chaining 2, and I'm going to work 5 double crochet in the last stitch, which is the first out of the 3 chains that I did in that first stitch of the previous row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now from here on you're going to follow the same exact steps as we did in the beginning of our work. So you're going to go back the video to row 2, and as we did, we're going to start row 20 the same way we started row 2. So you're going to chain 4, double crochet in the second stitch, chain 1, double crochet in the third stitch, chain 1, and so on. The only difference, which is really not a difference, is see how here we have shell on top of the single crochet and then right away shell in the next single crochet. This is what you're going to do right here where this pineapple has closed up. So you're going to work shell and go right ahead in the next one and work a shell again with no chains or anything. Just shell, go right ahead on the other side and work a shell. So that's the only difference. See how this is row 2 and row 20 is being worked in the same exact way. So instead of working the shell on top of those single crochet over here, going upwards right here in the same exact spot in row 20, we're working shell and jumping over into the next shell and work a shell again. Other than that, the rest of the row is being worked the same exact way. So see how here we have a chain 1 after the shell and then double crochet, chain 1, and so on. You're going to follow the same exact steps because we're doing the same thing down here. And see how down here row 3 starts with a chain 3. The same exact applies to row 21. It starts with a chain 3 and all of the row is being made in the same exact way. So turn your video backwards to row 2 and start all over again the same exact steps. So it's a repetitions of rows 1 through 18. The only difference is that in row 19 you're going to follow the steps that I did in row 19 here, because row 1 down here is the ones with the chains and the single crochet right here. Okay, so this is how we make the pineapple stitch in straight rows. So thanks for watching, please subscribe, and if you like the video, please press like and leave a comment. Thanks again, bye bye.